So here we are in Berlin, exotic Berlin as it is, at the Tandem Network meeting. On my left I have Olena.
Yes, and on my right I have Nick.
From Ukraine.
From Sweden.
And we are a Tandem partner. Tandem being that we are in a change program now trying to reach cross-border with cultural activities along with 180 other partners up and around us. And I also have Bo behind the camera. We're both working a lot with theatre and young people in connection with social change. With our idea for our Tandem exchange is also beyond the exchange of cross-border activities. It's also to see if we can use film, theatre, and the use of an historical person who made a change in her times and who is currently as accurate and relevant in our times today as an inspiration for young people to provide a space for social change within and out.
It's not just that hundreds of performances, workshops, films, exhibitions are being created, or that tens of thousands of people have experienced the artistic work they offer. The key is that in doing that work, in reaching out to others.
And out of that, not only comes a social enterprise which has created over 100 jobs and given many young people opportunities for careers in performing arts and other fields as a result, but also creates that sense of a space where we can meet, we can actually hear each other's stories. Those projects create a space where at least we can meet each other and understand each other a bit better. I'm not saying they present solutions. In fact, I'm glad that most of them don't try to present solutions. The solutions to these complex problems aren't in the gift of artists to come up with. Even politicians and international agencies struggle to find what we should do. But at least they help us to understand more, they slow us down, they make us understand that these things are complex. And when we recognize that things are complex, maybe we take time to think, to be more careful, and to not simply react on the basis of fear or anxiety, but perhaps respond more humanly, more deeply, and more wisely to the situations that face us.
But so how much can we actually change with our cultural activities?
Well, that's what I told. Today's quotation was the quotation of one of the speakers. It's not it's not art which changes the world, it's art that changes people who change the world.
Art does not change the world, but it does change the people who do change the world. Thank you very much.
Now we're meeting here to inspire each other and come up with new ideas for the future. So Elena, after a very busy day, what are some of the experiences that you had that you want sort of to highlight?
So I think the most important experiences I had were a few very nice meetings, then some very useful advice we got for our potential work, and the point is that the project we have is socially focused, and it is very important to get that we are on the trend, I would say it like that, because social projects will definitely have a very serious outcome.
What I was talking about was the connection between cultural projects, cultural action, and crucially cultural exchange, as in the Tandem program, and the enormous challenges that face Europe, the European neighbourhood, the world today. We know what the challenges are: economic, social, flows of migration, war, climate change. Everyone is very familiar with those. Sometimes artists either overtly respond to those or say that their work can make a contribution, and Tandem is an example. It's a program that sets out to contribute to the development of civil society and the strengthening of what we sometimes call European values.
In one of his finest poems, called In Memory of W.B. Yeats, Auden wrote famously, that poetry makes nothing happen. Poetry makes nothing happen because, like all art, it is creative. It makes nothing into something. That is what creation means. Each tandem partnership makes nothing happen, often in a place where too much is already happening, where hardship, violence and fear are in the streets and homes. These performances, workshops, films and festivals make something out of nothing. They help us to feel, experience something better, something hopeful, something that we cannot express except in the shared experience of music, dance, images. They make nothing happen and we are stronger for it because we are reminded that there are alternatives, there are better ways of being together.
My interest, and I suppose my reason for speaking as directly as I do these days, as I've been speaking to you today, I think we're living in difficult and dangerous times. And I think that I think that artists can make a contribution. There are lots of ways of making a contribution, but Tandem stands for intercultural dialogue, for talking to people across borders, whatever you think of the borders, talking to people with different experiences, different cultures, and that seems to me to be a fundamental priority for today.
Well, we're enjoying the evening of Berlin and off to the last session for today.
Yeah, it was a very, very busy day, full of events and nice meetings.
Looking into the future, we are looking towards
My trip to Sweden to turn it to a part of Tandem exchange, real exchange, yes.
finding a potential third Nordic partner, as long as connecting to professors and the academia on the more research side of things.
And also applying for some additional funding to keep our project alive.
So while we're moving in this direction, we just want to thank you for joining us, and now off for food.